my god, it's a rainbow. So pretty.
Hi guys, I'm Layla.
And I'm Jessica.
And this is Lessica Land.
And today we're going to be talking about bullying.
Serious stuff, man.
Serious stuff.
We just thought that since school is starting soon that we should probably start talking about this topic because it happens a lot.
And people commit suicide over it and hurt themselves, and we don't want that happening at our school or any other schools.
And if you think about it, it shouldn't have to come to suicide or self-harm to get people to stop bullying.
And, you know, people who have commit suicide, it's just so sad to think about because a life is lost because of what people did to that person. And people, who call them names, emotionally and physically it hurts.
Even if you think it's not going to affect them, you've never been in their shoes. You don't know what they've been through. So maybe the slightest thing, even if I'm joking around with Jessica and I say, your ears are too big.
It still hurts. Now, I know she was joking, so it didn't hurt now. But, even those little things that you think, oh, you're joking, isn't really joking and really does hurt
Or
them.
you're saying you're trying to help them. You're like, you know what? You should probably get a nose job because your nose isn't good enough. It's like you're trying to help them by putting them down. That's not
And that's not the way you help them. And if they don't like their appearance, then
they'll change it. You don't have to have them change it.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone's different anyway. I know everyone's heard this, oh, everyone's different, and yet everyone thinks the person in the magazine is supposed to be
who everyone is supposed to be. And even though we're talking about bullying, I'm thinking about insecurities. We were talking about this a little bit today. But when you're insecure about something, you gotta try. You can't really. Okay, you can change it because of the technology they have these days. But before, think about it. There were probably people with lots of insecurities. They couldn't change anything about themselves, so they had to learn to live with it. I'm sure we've both had insecurities, but we learned to love ourselves and be happy.
Yeah, and even if you do have an insecurity, everyone has something that they don't like about themselves, that they think is abnormal, and that no one else is, dealing with the same situation they are. But, a lot of people are. And so that's why bullies just make it a whole lot worse, because sometimes they're already insecure about something, and then that just makes it worse, and they hurt themselves or commit suicide or get really super depressed, and it
shouldn't have to come to that.
Yeah, and I don't think that people should be bullying, especially over technology, because if it's over technology, that
starts lots of problems, especially if someone hacked their account. And then people these days are way too involved with computers and stuff. Guilty, but it's we kind of learn to we have to try to learn to take ourselves off of it. We have to learn to be off of the computer. We have to learn to be off of the laptop. Same thing, laptop, computer. We need to learn. I mean, if it's your job, then I guess, but.
Just to be off all those things like phones every once in a while, and I'm on my phone a lot, so I'm going to try really hard for a long time to just focus more on things that matter and not
school. Even though we all get tired of it, it's something that's going to help us
in the long run, and we're going to really need it, and we're going to regret it if we don't. And so I think that I know we're kind of going on the topic of technology, and it was bullying at first, but that's just a serious situation too, because that causes problems that leads to bullying.
My mom always tells me to get off the computer a lot because it'll get you into your head, and it'll be you always want to be on it, and when someone tells you to get off, you get angry. And that used to happen to me a lot, so I'm weaning myself off of the computer, and I haven't been on my phone all day, which is pretty good for me because I'm obsessed.
Me too. And yeah, same here. And we went to, as you saw from our other video, a day outside. I mean, we just, it just makes it a lot more fun to be able to do stuff like that. And it makes it more fun when you can just know that you can go outside or you can go to school happy instead of worrying about bullies the whole time.
And besides, you go to school to learn, so you can, think about this. Okay, I kind of going to take this off of a picture I saw on Facebook. But there's this popular girl and a popular guy, and they're walking down the street. There's this nerd guy, and he's like, hey, and she's like, don't worry, he's just a nerd. Well, in the future, he has the money because he focused on school. Maybe he was bullied, but that it's like he kind of had to deal with it. But yeah.
So those nerds are becoming millionaires.
Yeah, and then so everyone wants to be rich. Swag's not gonna get you there.
Yeah, it's not. And when you think about it, I mean, most successful people that aren't in the music business or even people who are in the music business and acting business, a lot of times they still go to school, maybe not college, but at least finish high school and try to go to college as much as you can. And
okay, back on bullying, because we're kind of...
Yeah, we kind of leaned off that.
But, like, if you're gonna hurt someone and, like, degrade them and make them feel just horrible about themselves, and then same thing happens to you, someone's mean to you, and you just feel horrible, think about what you did to that other person, because I'm pretty sure they're never gonna forget that. And then I'm also taking this off from what our principal said last year. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me is the biggest lie, because words hurt, and I'd rather have a broken arm than
a broken heart. And it emotionally hurts you, and people don't understand that. Like, people don't understand that what they're saying really is hurting people and making people commit suicide. You may think it's not a big deal then, but it is a big deal. And even if they don't, I mean, how do they feel when they realize that they made their life miserable? Some people, it seems like they don't even have a conscience because they don't think about what they're doing. Now, everyone has done something they regret. I know I've done things that I regret. I know Layla has.
And also, the same thing, like, we've done things we regret to each other. Like, we got in big fights.